Pain and suffering and punitive damages are two key components when it comes to calculating compensation in cases of personal injury or civil lawsuits. Pain and suffering refers to the physical or emotional distress experienced by an individual as a result of an injury or wrongdoing caused by another party. This can include physical pain, mental anguish, emotional distress, loss of enjoyment of life, and other negative effects on a person's overall well-being. Calculating pain and suffering can be subjective and often requires the expertise of medical professionals and legal professionals. Punitive damages, on the other hand, are awarded as a form of punishment to the defendant for their wrongdoing or negligence. These damages go beyond compensating the victim for their losses and are meant to deter similar behavior in the future. Punitive damages are typically awarded in cases where the defendant's actions were intentional or grossly negligent. Calculating pain and suffering and punitive damages involves several factors. These may include the severity of the injury, the impact on the victim's daily life and future prospects, the extent of emotional distress, medical expenses, and the defendant's level of misconduct or negligence. It is important to note that different jurisdictions have different guidelines and limitations when it comes to calculating and awarding these damages. In many cases, the calculation of pain and suffering and punitive damages is left to the discretion of the judge or jury. They will consider the evidence presented, expert testimonies, and the specific circumstances of the case before determining an appropriate amount of compensation. This process aims to ensure that the victim is adequately compensated for their losses and that the defendant is held accountable for their actions. It is crucial for individuals involved in personal injury cases or civil lawsuits to seek professional legal advice to understand the intricacies of calculating pain and suffering and punitive damages. An experienced personal injury attorney can help navigate through the legal process, gather necessary evidence, and advocate for the victim's rights to ensure a fair and just compensation. In conclusion, pain and suffering and punitive damages are significant factors when it comes to calculating compensation in personal injury cases. These damages aim to compensate the victim for their physical and emotional distress and to punish the defendant for their misconduct or negligence. Seeking professional legal guidance is essential to navigate through the complexities of determining these damages and to ensure a fair outcome.